The Salem witch trials are one of the most famous legal proceedings in history. But how do they actually happen? What went wrong with their justice system? My name is Daniel Epstein, and I'm a candidate for Illinois Supreme Court, and I talk a lot about rules reform. And the Salem witch trials are fascinating to me because they were brought to an end by reforming a rule. See, if we were to go back to 1690s Massachusetts, what we'd find is people being accused of being witches, put on trial, convicted, and executed. Terrible. And if we looked inside those trials, what we'd find is a bad rule of evidence that allowed witnesses to get on the stand and provide something called spectral evidence. Spectral evidence was where a witness would say, oh, I had a vision or a dream of the accused and they were a witch or a spirit and they afflicted me. And based on that, people were convicted. But those trials were open to the public, and people who were watching them started to question the reliability of spectral evidence. In fact, an individual named Increase Mather, who was a man of the cloth, he wrote an influential paper where he said, it's possible that these witnesses are right and the accused are witches. But it's also possible that the devil is playing tricks on the witness and the accused is totally innocent. He was saying, it's possible that we're getting false positives, that this testimony is unreliable. They actually changed the rule. They stopped admitting spectral evidence. And when that happened, the Salem witch trials basically came to an end. That's the power of rules reform. It stopped the Salem witch trials. We're actually not that different from those people. We have our own versions of unreliable evidence. Over the years, we've allowed things like hair follicle comparison and bite mark analysis and all kinds of pseudoscience that is not reliable, but that folks are able to present in our courts because of a bad rule of evidence. Illinois Rule of Evidence 702 says you qualify as an expert witness so long as you use a technique that's, quote, generally accepted in your field, which is a pretty low standard. Tarot card readers use techniques that are generally accepted in their field, but they're not reliable, right? We can reform that rule the same way they reformed theirs. That's the power of rules reform. That's the power of open, transparent proceedings where information gets on the record. They used it to improve their system. We can use it to improve ours. My name is Daniel Epstein, and I'm running for justice of the Illinois Supreme Court. Happy Halloween.